Hey guys, Mike from Wrestling Done and Now. Thanks so much for checking out the Sinn Bodhi Kizarny clips. There are two links in the description of this video. If you're an animal lover, you want to help Sinn out with his animal farm, donate animal treats, donate animal supplies, you can check out the links. And thanks again for checking out the video.
Talk to me about your relationship with Jake.
My fairy godbrother, brother. So I've known Jake for pushing a quarter of a century. Like he was my guy growing up. Like he was the guy that really sort of piqued my curiosity. And going back to Edge and Christian, like again, I've told this story a time or two where I remember what I ate for breakfast, but I remember being a little kid sitting on our buddy's couch with Edge and Christian, and we're all trying to stay up late to watch Saturday Night's Main Event. And out comes Ricky Steamboat, and it's all happy, yeah, and we're all like, "Yay, Ricky Steamboat!" And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, boom, Jake, DDT, concrete,
Right.
and
Splat.
Edge and Christian were so upset. They were so like to the point of tears, and I was just like, "Wait a second, like I don't want to be that guy in the concrete. I want to be that guy standing over the guy laying on the concrete."
Right.
And my imagination was captured from then till now. Like I am thoroughly a Jake the Snake mark. Even when I'm hanging out with Jake, Uncle Ari, it's never not weird. It's still that's Jake the Snake. Holy shit,
Right.
And I feel like a little kid because like I'm 6'1", 240 pounds, and I look like Hornswoggle next to him. He's like 6'6", barefoot, just giant. I don't think people really realize how big some of those old school dudes really were. Kind of joke and think like wrestlers went from Brontosaurus to T-Rex to Raptor to Raccoon.
We need the evolution chart. It's like it gets bigger and bigger with
Yeah,
the wrestlers. You get smaller and smaller.
yeah. Well, and so like I don't know. This was quite a while ago now, but at our school in Las Vegas. So shameless plug. I teach at Future Stars of Wrestling in Las Vegas on my Mondays and Tuesday nights. And so I come walking into class, and one of my kids, Damian Drake, this really great high flyer from Vegas, he's trying to figure out this flying head scissors, this certain kind of way to do it or whatever. And as I was just walking in the gym, I just saw him and I go, "Hey, well, why don't you try it like this?" And he kind of giggled, and I was just like, what's so funny? And he goes, "Coach, I could listen to you talk about psychology all day. I just can't imagine you showing me." And this is like this parkour, ninja dude. He goes, "I can't imagine you showing me how to saddle up such a kind of a high flying move. That's not your style, not your MO." And I go, "Well, Junior, back in the day when I was young like you, he's probably, I don't know, buck 80, whatever he is, if he's lucky. He's in good shape, but he's still a faster dude. And, like a Ricochet size, kind of a size guy."
Mm-hmm.
And I just go, "Well, back in the prehistoric age, when the wheels were still square, I was doing those similar moves to, at 240 pounds, I was the 240 pound, caveman you know, jumping around on dudes that were, 280s, 300, 340, 350, heavy, big dudes." And I go, "So like I was you. I just, you're the eagle you, I'm the pterodactyl you, like." And he goes, "Oh," and I showed him what to do, and he was like, "Holy crap," and it worked. He was like, "Awesome." I'm like, "See, there you go, kid." And yeah,
Tell
but
me
yeah,
some. Tell me something about you talking about the kid said he can listen to your psychology. Tell me something psychology wise that Jake taught you that you carry around.
credibility. Like, be believable and don't let them see through any of your stuff. And Jake is just as silly as I am in real life, but he likes no in the ring, no, funny, no money. He's very serious in the ring. He goes, "I know you're a silly bastard and you want to do some silly stuff sometimes." He goes, "But just always make sure people know that you could bite their fucking nose off at any given time and make them understand that." And so I always kind of always keep that in my head. And I'm not as big as Undertaker, so I can't slow walk and be too cool for school. But I also can't just be a silly buffoon, and then there's just no heat in that, you know. But I think like the Joker, like he's crazy, he's funny, he's crazy, he's funny. Holy shit, tee hee, holy shit, tee hee. So if you keep the fans kind of on their toes and never get a beat on you, what is he up to? Oh, he's playing, but I wouldn't want to fuck with that guy. Always keeping them like that. Like there hasn't been a fan in over a quarter of a century of doing this. And again, knock on wood, I'll get my ass kicked this weekend for saying this out loud, but if I'm walking the guardrail, you know, around the fans, especially as a heel, and they're squawking and hooting and hollering, if I stop and kind of stare at somebody, and I pick my moments, and I don't stick around anywhere for too long, but like they always shrink, all of them. Not ever have they not. And again, knock on wood, I'm going to do that this weekend, and somebody's just going to slap me into oblivion, and that'd be the end of me. But yeah, I just think like Jake's one word, like in all the stuff he's ever taught me, to sum it all up, credibility.
Let's plug your stuff.
Okay. Social media is my Facebook, my Twitter, my Instagram is all Sinn Bodhi, SINNBODHI. So if promoters want to book me for an appearance, to wrestle, to do a seminar, happy to do any of that stuff. I do it all the time. I fly out somewhere and I wrestle and do a seminar just about every weekend, someplace, somewhere. And then also too, I make the custom LJNs. So like the rubber wrestlers, the figures, about the 8-inch figures from the 80s. I kind of make sort of modern versions, you know, more of a history. Like I'll make the ones that I kind of want to make, and then fans or other indie guys will be like, "Oh, that's cool what you made. Could you make one of me or my buddy or my husband or my wife or my whatever?" And I'll say, "Yes, I can." And that's kind of where I kind of make my money off the figures, is not making a nostalgic figure from that I like. It's more like showing that off, and then fans or more indie guys saying, "Could you make one of me?" So I'll make the money doing mostly that. So if you want an LJN figure of yourself or your favorite wrestler or your buddy or whoever it is, send me a message. Happy to do it. And just about all the profits from any of the things I just mentioned, whether I'm wrestling or doing seminars or making the LJN figures, besides keeping the lights on and the food in the fridge, that money goes to feeding our animals here at our little funny farm on the edge of Death Valley, just outside of Las Vegas. So we've got chickens and goats, turkeys, ducks. I got a giant tortoise about the size of a lawnmower. I've got a mini Texas Longhorn walking around my backyard. I've got dogs, cats, one of Jake the Snake's wrestling snakes. I've got all sorts of critters. The wildest of beasts are my wife and my daughter, so they're all here. Everybody, all the wild critters are here. But yeah, so many different creatures. So if you want to donate for any of that, my wife has like sort of like an Amazon wish list where we don't want money from anybody, but like people want to donate like goat treats or cans of case of cat food or stuff like that. That's always super duper useful.